friends. It's a terrible day outside today. I haven't been doing much for the last couple of days as I'm on holiday, so I took days off and I was lounging and just relaxing and sleeping in, and it's been glorious. But now, today, it's a day where I feel like I need to do something, because New Year's resolutions and everything else like that. We did the freezer tour and I have 3 drawers in the freezer filled with tomatoes that are frozen. So I've been browsing this lovely book. Got that. And I've been checking a couple of recipes for tomato sauces. I tried to do tomato sauce last year for pizzas, but reading these recipes now for canning and everything, turns out I didn't add any extra acidity to it, so I do not trust my own canning, so I'll be disposing of those probably soon enough. I need to go through the pantry. I can't get in it. It's that full. It's like, it's turned into a dumping ground where everything just goes to die. Or, you know, when you come back from a big shop and you just shove things in there and you just leave them. And then you go like, do I have cinnamon? I don't know, because I can't reach it. Or I don't even know which shelf I have put it on. So that's that. So today I'm thinking about transferring those 3 boxes of tomatoes and just putting them on slow boil to simmer down, adding some herbs and then just canning. I have some lemons as well, so that I can add extra acidity in each jar. As far as I know, I have watched some YouTube videos about it. I think I'm gonna start on it. So I have brought them all in. My hands are freezing. It's very wet outside. It's raining, so it's not been pleasant to go out there. But here's all my tomatoes, and they are extremely heavy. I don't know. So I have 6 different varieties. They are not sauce tomatoes. They were tomatoes that I can't buy anywhere else, so I grow them. So these are purple Ukrainians. They're starting to frost over. I have Tigerella, green zebra, which is really nice and yummy, Brad's Atomic Grape. I know that a lot of people have had trouble growing them, but this year it was really easy for me. They are completely black, as you can see. I think they got a lot of sunshine, so they were like purely black tomatoes. Then I have pear cherry, which I don't think I'm gonna grow again because I do not like the taste. They're very meaty, and I like high acidity, high sweetness tomatoes instead of like meaty. I feel like I have eaten like potato that tastes like tomato. And then Brad's Crazy Cherry, which were kind of crazy this year as well. So this book says 4.5 kilos. Oh yeah, I got this book for European version as well, so that I know all of the measurements in kilos instead of just cups and pints and weird measurements. Sorry, I am thinking in kilos and liters. It's a lot easier. I think I'm gonna use my big pot for reducing them down, because there's gonna be a lot of reducing. I think I'm gonna use my pressure cooker as a pot to boil down, reduce the level of the liquids. I needed to import this from USA, America, because you can't buy them in UK, or you can buy them, but then someone has imported them and they're reselling it for astronomical prices, which is insane. I'm not going to do that. So this was my present for myself a couple of years ago. I've been using it, so it is clean, but I have extremely hard water and it's just discolored the pot. If any of you have any advice how to get it cleaner, because I have tried scrubbing it, please let me know. We're just gonna start adding them. So this is my other biggest pot that I have, which is, there's a marking somewhere, 7.5 liters. It's not that big, considering I'm thinking I might have some problems. I have filled them in. They look lovely. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water on the bottom when I start so that they don't get stuck to it and they just keep bubbling and boiling, and just like as the level gradually lowers I'll keep adding extras because I still have 1.5 drawers left. So this is 1.5. This is half of the tomatoes that I have. It's gonna be a great day. All done. I'm gonna leave it to do its thing for a bit. I'm gonna go and research more of the recipes and see what else I need. It's been about half an hour and I just came in to check and the levels have dropped. They are all frozen together. Like, I had a hard time, like I can't lift this one up. Oh, there we go. There's ice on it. It looks like the steam's rising and it's freezing on the tomatoes, but I'm gonna top them up again because I can put more in here and there's some warm water already coming in, so I'm just gonna keep topping them up. It's been about 2 hours since I put them in. I have topped up this one 3 times now. I have only 1 bowl left of the tomatoes. I think they will be fitting in here. I've been draining this a little bit as the water was coming through. Now it's more like a juice, but it was clear water around the edges, so I kept straining it off for a couple of times, and now all of the tomatoes are like soft and they are collapsing on themselves, which I think is a good sign. As you can see, the liquid is quite clear, so I'm just gonna drain this off. These are the last of the tomatoes I have left. Everything else is reduced and being put in. So I'm just gonna add these ones and then we are done. We're just gonna wait for a couple more hours and I'll keep coming in and just checking. I think once this have reduced a bit more, I will blend it. I don't mind the skins and the seeds. I know a lot of people take them out, but to me, I do not have means of getting it out. So I usually just blend it down and, well, the one time I have made it, I blend it down and then just eat them. I don't mind. It's been boiling for a couple of hours now and you can see it's reducing, which is great. I transferred some from this pot to this because I can't reach to mix it in the big one. It's just like I have about that much left to hold on to mix, and then the bubbles come up and that's even worse. So I'm just stirring it from time to time now and waiting for it to come down. I don't want to blend it yet because once I blend it, it will turn into like a paste, and then the paste, when it bubbles and when it boils, I got some stuff here. Like I was making apple jam when I was 12 and I was reaching over a pot. Yeah, it just clumped up and it came off with my skin. I'd never want to repeat that experience again. It was super painful and I had a massive scar here for years. It is going really well. This one is a bit more watery than this one, but I think we will get there overall. I know that the color is not like pretty red like I would be expecting, because I had quite a lot of yellow tomatoes and quite a lot of green ones in there as well, and the purple ones. So these are not, as I mentioned, plum tomatoes or sauce tomatoes. They are eating tomatoes. I just don't want to waste them. And then I am thinking that I'll probably can enough to fill this pot, and then I will freeze the rest because I have an idea of making some homemade pizzas for my freezer and just freeze them, and I will use some of this for it. Pre-prepared and pre-baked. I love pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? It is ready to blend now. I think I have reached the right consistency. Sorry about the mess, it overboiled while I was not looking. So I'm just gonna zoom it. I like this consistency. It's almost ready. This one. I'll just put it in a different pot and then I'll transfer the other one into this one so I can wash the big one and it will be ready for canning. I have just blended that one and transferred it from there to there, and as you can see it's like bubbling over and it has like these massive bubbles that just spray everywhere. So that's the dangerous part. I don't like that part. morning, friends. I didn't finish the sauce yesterday because it was just too late. I got the right consistency, almost. The big pot, the flat pot, that one has the right consistency. This one doesn't, so I'm gonna add some dried tomatoes that I have from this year, where I managed to dehydrate them and then grind them up in a powder. I'm gonna try to add that to thicken it because I can't be bothered to just sit here and baby it for much longer. I have gotten it back up to the temperature, but it's made a mess of my kitchen because as it's boiling it's just spraying everywhere, and I overboiled once and oh my god, I just really want to clean. I really want to clean my hob. I'm gonna go and get the jars now, wash them and prepare them, and I think I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon juice on the bottom and a little bit of oregano and some maybe pepper and a little bit of salt, and then I'm gonna water bathe them. This is the tomato that I powdered this year and it's settling but as you can see it's not red because it's literally all the other tomatoes as well. It has all of the ones you saw going into the sauce. So I don't know how much to add, I'm just gonna go by feel. I want a consistency like this because once I can it, I know it's gonna get a little bit thinner. At least it has done in the past. I don't know if you can see how dirty everything is, but it's driving me crazy. I think that's enough for now. I have used half of it. I can't lower the temperature, but I don't know if you see, but it's spraying upwards and then falling back in. So I have like bits and bobs where I have burnt myself, like burnt there and burnt here, and my arms are like just covered with little red patches of where the sauce has just stuck to me. If anyone has any ideas what to do with these bits of the lemon that have been squeezed out, would you please let me know? Because I hate wasting things, and at this point it feels like I'm just wasting them. I think that should be plenty for now. So the sauce is done, or more or less done. The one in the back, that one, is thicker than this one, but this one was spraying everywhere, like it was on the floor, it's still everywhere, and I'm just tired of it just spraying everywhere. So I'm just gonna can it, and it's gonna be thinner. I don't mind. I can use it for, if I don't want to use it for pizzas, I can use it for like tikka masala, and I don't see why not. So my canner is going. I will put more water in it, and then I'm gonna start putting out the jars and fill them in. My lids are boiling just over here. I'll put a little bit of lemon juice on the bottom, I think a teaspoon, freshly squeezed. I'm gonna add a splash of vinegar to the pot so that the water doesn't leave any stains. I learned this trick from someone on YouTube, I don't remember their names, but they were mentioning that if you add a little bit of vinegar, it counteracts your hard water, and my water is really hard. I'm having something like this. I found it from Latvia. It's 70%, so normal vinegar is about 9%. So this stuff, do not drink. You will die. I'm just gonna clean the rings with vinegar and cloth so the seal is good. Because I have probably gotten some sauce on there. Now I just need to get the lids, put them on, put the rings on, and then they can go in a canner. I have boiled the lids. And we put the rings on finger tight. So to me it's like, so it goes this way, and now it doesn't move, it moves the jar with it, and then I do a little bit more, about fingers worth of twist. The first lot can go in. If my water was boiling, but it's not boiling yet, so can't go in. I'll do the second lot of lids and I'll get some more jars. I think that fits 7 or 8 jars in it. So there's 9 here, 5 more, so that's 6 and 8. So I need 2 more jars, and then I'll freeze this bit, I think, because 2 lots of tomatoes is going to be enough, right, for a couple of years. I might have like a tomato fail next year, I don't know, it's very wet where I live. It was such a good harvest because it was a heat wave. We had really hot weather this year, and tomatoes really liked it. And because it was wet and really hot in here, we didn't actually have the drought, because it never really dries out in my garden. So they loved it. It was wet and dry on the top, wet roots. Tomatoes loved it. I have one of these things which really help lifting the jars and putting them in and out. It's boiling, so we can start. jars run, I can process 9 jars at a time. Yay! I was actually wrong. Tomatoes, I checked the recipe again, and tomatoes needed to process for 35 minutes. They have 8 minutes left, and this one has cooled a little bit, and I think I'm gonna freeze it for recipes like chicken masala, maybe some pizzas that I might make, anything that I want not store for a long time, but want to use up. Because I do not have enough jars. I need to get more jars and more lids. Besides, I'm gonna have 18 jars of tomatoes. And I think my husband is gonna not be very happy because I'm gonna fill all the pantry just with tomatoes. But it will be fine. It will be fine. I love these glass Pyrex jars, well, trays, whatever it is. They're very good. They can be frozen, and then you can put them in the oven, the microwave safe, dishwasher safe. I invested a little bit of money in them in the beginning, but I have had them for a couple of years and I love them. I'll put all of these to cool down, probably on my other counter, and then once they're cooled down, I'm gonna put them in the freezer because they can't go in the freezer when they're hot. And they're still kind of lukewarm. My second lot has come out. I have 18 jars, which is awesome, and I have 5 tubs that need to go into the freezer. Now I just need to clean this up. This is gonna be fun. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm so happy that I have more freezer room now. A lot more. 3 drawers worth of it. It was great. Thank you. Bye. Actually, not that bad of a deal. I had 3 failed seals, and then I had 15 okay